Hello, colleagues. Mwaise nibonse chungulo kasuba. Twa mipokerela muri chino chungulo kasuba lelo pa 9th of 11, eh? It's 10 or what? It's 11, today is 9th. Monday was 8, okay, lelo ni pa 9. Tomorrow is 10, 11, 12, okay. So twa mipokerela bonse mubushiku wa lelo. We are carrying our live from Samfya today. I'm in the Constituency. I had come for the International Literacy Day, which was celebrated in Samfya. So meanwhile, as we wait for the public to join, let us listen to some of the Ndola music that we have prepared for you. Okay. Welcome, colleagues. Welcome. We have 2 so far. As usual, once we reach 10, we start. 10 is the biblical number. Once we hit 10, we'll start. So let's hope it will not start at slow connection. It is only slow when we are live. So we hope and pray that today's connectivity will not be disrupted. Temwan in Jovumbulo, welcome, sir. Watching from Chembe Honorable. We are most welcome, my brother. It's always my pleasure when our members join to listen to their representatives. Today we are dealing with the convention center, the hotel, the shopping center, including the road, the airport, and all the facilities that are part of the integrated tourism development plan that we have for the constituency, so that we update you and we move as a community as we await for this great intervention that will create business opportunities for the local people and employment for our young folks. We are about 5. We are waiting for 5 more. We said, though the Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered is present in our midst, but always we start with 10. Good 10 is a good number. Yeah. It is biblically a good number, and also I refer to 10 because we have 10 words in the constituency. Have we been dealing word by word? The other week we are dealing with Rumamia. This week we've been dealing with Chimana. I will try to touch a bit of Chimana, but today we'll, to the large extent, deal with bigger projects that we've been waiting for this so many years, when the project at the beach was launched and groundbreaking done by the former late president in 2020. So today I bring good tidings, I bring good news for the people of Bangweulu. We are at 6, we're remaining with 4 more. Let's see who's the 7th one. I'm sure most of our colleagues are back from work or they are on their way. But once we get to 10, we hit the road running. Peter Mwango, good evening. Kawiri Mwaiseni Mukwaye. We don't take your availability for granted. We appreciate, we are most grateful for your participation. Wamashina Mwaiseni, Tuanipokerela. Thank you very much. You've also been our greatest follower and also one of the great citizens that Samfya has always produced. You contribute, you bring suggestions. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are remaining with 4 people. We are at 6 now. I think one of our brothers has fallen off. How many do you have there, direct? How many are following us? Okay, let's see how many more will join us, then we hit the ground running. That will not go beyond 17:55, so within 5 minutes we'll start our interaction. Feel free to make comments, to send questions. But Tobias Bukoso, greetings, Honorable. Thank you, my brother. Welcome to today's interaction. Your support is the oxygen that makes us running every day, despite the so many challenges and problems that we go through day by day as we try to provide the required service to you, our masters, who have given us this mandate. So your participation, your comments, or questions are the ones that give us the impetus to continue. Okay, well, Matthews Squela, all the way from that side of our country, Zambia's Northwestern Province. Thank you so very much to join this program. One more, we are 9 now, just one more. Then we begin. Okay, bingo, great. Thank you so very much. We have now 10 followers representing the 10 wards in Bangweulu Constituency. So, as I said, we are doing our live from the constituency. I'm in Samfya. I was invited by the Ministry of Education to be part of the International Literacy Day, which was held in Samfya yesterday. And in fact, as we are discussing tourism and investment, this is actually, as your leaders, this is what we wanted. Okay? We spoke about Samfya being with potential in terms of tourism. Now, as you may be aware, from 2020, if you have not mistaken, we've been hosting international days in Samfya. In 2020, we held International Fisheries Day. In 2022, we held International Tourism Day. The following year, we held another, it was actually the Energy International Expo, which we held. And then last year, we held International Nursing Day and Midwife. This year, we've held the International Literacy Day, and I'm told even the International Teacher Celebration Day will be held in Samfya. Okay? If we had not put in place the very few things that we have put together, I don't think people will be coming to Samfya to have the international event. So yesterday, we had the International Literacy Day with the theme promoting literacy in the digital era. The functional literacy, the normal education system, the structured and the non-structured. So Samfya is now on the map. So many international days, events celebrated in our constituency. This has been made possible because of all of us coming together and making a decision that we will use tourism as one of the interventions to achieve the Samfya that we would like to see. So today's interaction, we are looking at investment in tourism. As you may be aware, before the late president, the first president for the Patriotic Front, Mr. Michael Sata, passed on, when he became president in 2011, he declared Samfya as the headquarters of tourism, not only in Ndola, but in the northern region. So we are drawing the inspiration from that declaration that Samfya is an entry point, is a capital district, or is a capital area in terms of tourism for the northern region. So we've been building on from that declaration in 2011. And that's why in 2017, we had Investment and Tourism Expo, which was held partly in Mansa for official opening. Exhibition and everything else was done in Samfya. You remember the former late president came here and landed on that tarmac at Chita Road with the chopper to really now physically celebrate the coming of investment in terms of tourism in Samfya district. So our interaction will begin from that historical perspective. So let me begin in this manner. Mu 2011, iliyo wa president basata basalira okubanga bakateeka bakino kyalo ekya Zambia balisaakita declare Samfya nga capital of tourism in Luapula province and also in the entire northern region. Okay, and his vision was to ensure that Samfya yachite expand twakusha Vonga ku Livingstone, another tourist destination, Samfya being what it is. Okay, then the climax of that declaration took place in 2017. If I'm not mistaken, on the 17th of July, somewhere there, before the Mtombogo, where the provincial administration, under the leadership of the former minister, the former member of parliament for Kawambwa Central, Honorable Nixon Chilangwa, due to his visionary expose, and with the coming of all the members of parliament, the stakeholders, you, our people, we did manage to host in 2017 Luapula Investment and Tourism Expo. Okay? It was during this expo in 2017 at the meeting held in Mansa at the lodge at Teja, where Workers' Compensation Control Board made a commitment that they are going to leverage or to ride on the declaration that was made in 2011 by the first PF president, Mr. Michael Sata. May his soul rest in peace. Okay? By that time, the CEO was the lady whose name I've forgotten, and they made that commitment in 2017. And they said, in the next 3 years, between 2017 and 2020, we are going to mobilize resources, okay, to put money aside. And when we have mobilized enough resources, we'll come to Samfya, launch the project, and start the construction of initially a convention center, a multi-purpose convention center, a 3-star hotel, and a shopping mall. In fact, the convention center was supposed to have a capacity of 3,000 delegates. Okay, that was the commitment by Workers' Compensation Control Board vapangile mu 2017 during the Luapula Investment and Tourism Expo, which was hosted by Mansa and Samfya. Then, before 2020, in 2018, we came together under the auspices of the trust we are calling Bangweulu Development Trust. And then that trust was transformed into a limited organization, which was given a new name from a trust to Bangweulu Development Expansion Limited. So in partnership with Samfya District Council, by that time, before it became a town council, we did come up with a proposal. Okay? This proposal twalemba twatwala kuliba Minister of Tourism. Oku Minister of Tourism, eriyanshtanishwa liba Charles Banda, eko twatwele application soliciting for support. Okay? What kind of support were we soliciting for? I keep on referring to the Integrated Development Plan, Bangweulu Development Integrated Development Plan. In that plan, we agreed as the people of Samfya that we are going to open up, improve the 30 kilometers water frontage. Ukwambila kuliba chief kwa chalwe kalima kulioko alinokuba airport. After the council bapera maploti muchibanza chandeke omu, ba chief bakasoma Bangweulu bali tupele inchende before the forest kuchinweshiba ukuya ponena kwa chalo kalima kulia kumumana kulia bali tupele 700 meters from the road to the lake. Eyo twali nokupanga airport. So from that airstrip, eko tuwa pangirenga mwaberenga Integrated Development Plan ya Bangweulu pa tourism sector. Mwalasanga twalirandira tukufuma kula kwenoko alinokuba airport. Kulu lamba lwa mumana along the lake shore, along the beach, because the beach is not only where we know at the beach. If for your own information, Lake Bangweulu is 140 kilometers in length, long. 147 kilometers and 87 mubuipi muwidith. So yitali lake elo kucheshi huko, this lake tatu chitapo share nangu chalo is the only lake in Zambia or even maybe in Africa that is inland, which is not shared by any other country. We solely own Bangweulu as Zambia and other like lakes that we know in Luapula province, the bigger ones. Mwelu, na Congo, Tanganyika, tuwalishiwa na Tanzania, na Bambikura, and so on and so forth. But if Bangweulu, it's only owned by Zambia. Solo so. Okay? So, integrated tourism, integrated development planning, mwamo na papeji ya tourism. Mwalasa ngati, what is the first intervention? Ni 30 kilometers ukufuma kwa chalwe kalima. Ukuwamia yonse ilia frontage mpaka nokuisa afika kwa chipepa. That is what we submitted to the Ministry of Tourism in Bangweulu Integrated Development Plan. When we did that, we had visitors, you know, our World Tourism Board from Madrid in Spain sent a team of experts to come and look. I'm giving you this information, we may not be aware. To come and look, that was in 2018, to come and look at this stretch and see how the World Tourism Board can support the development of these 30 kilometers of a frontage. Okay, the Wazungus came, they did their feasibility studies and so on and so forth. And when they went back in 2018, and I was lucky to be sponsored that particular year to attend the World Tourism conference, which was held in Madrid. I was sponsored, and that is the forum on which I personally presented the Bangweulu Tourism Integrated Development Plan for that 30 kilometers. But then fortunately or unfortunately, instead of that project to concentrate in Zambia, it resulted now into the World Tourism Board to support the 10 years master plan for tourism for Zambia, of which Samfya just became part of it. Okay, so we, from our initiative here, okay, Bangweulu Tourism Integrated Program Development Plan gave birth to tourism master plan for the country, of which now ours became just a segment and part of that 10-year master plan for tourism integration. Okay, so now that is the background, Expo, Madrid, and what I have said. So now, that 30-kilometer stretch, unfortunately, we couldn't attract a lot of funding. So the Ministry of Tourism gave us 3.5 million in preparation of opening up the beach frontage. And the agreement was that instead of doing the 30, we are going to start with the 10. Okay? And the budget was 7.8 million for the 10 kilometers. So when the proposal went to the Ministry of Tourism, the first try to actually submit, the council did, it couldn't go through. Yapona proposal. The second time, yapona proposal. Then I appealed through my office that this project will be the springboard for everything that will come in Samfya. So for the ministry to have turned down our proposal twice, it was unfair on the part of the ministry. So I personally appealed, wrote an appeal because there is a room to appeal. So I appealed using my office. And then there was an extra, because these meetings were only held once a year to look at proposals. So then in 2018, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the appeal was accepted. We went back, did the PowerPoint presentation, and that is how now our project went through. And instead of giving us the 7.8 million to do the 10 kilometers stretch, we are only given 3.5 million to do a stretch from the Aba to Kumarins. Okay? And the money was released to the council. And you remember in 2018, 2020, ukufuma kuli mwela, twalikilina yonse beach, ama tete yonse twafumia, it was completely clean. Mweba leibukisha, twawamia, twakilina, ama tete yonse twafumia, twashire mufyemi bansene fimu tifimbifu kurumulia. Ukufuma pachita, ukuyafika kulia kulast, mwalimu wene twalibere na mapaini, yafika kuna 1.2 meters. Tuwakula na information center, iliamu mwana kulia information center. Tuwakula na ma brushon blocks yabidi, from that 3.7 million, in preparation of the bigger investment, because, and then we are also supposed to do a walkway from Kulimwela, ukupaving aka walkway ka 1 meter, no kubika ko street lighting up to the marines, because intention yali yakwewati business ku beach can't be dying at sunset. Akasubanga kaingira ninja abantu bakomboka. So that is the stretch. So the 3.5 million we were given there are 2 ablution blocks along the beach. And then there was also that information center, which has a bar, a part of a restaurant, but we handed over to the council in 2022. They should have been operating, but our colleagues have their own challenges, and I've seen they are putting a number of things in place to ensure that that is done. So ARF part 1 or phase 1 for the 10 kilometers, kuwamia beach yonse, kufuma pali mwela, ukufika kumarine, that was only 4 kilometers that we are given money to deal with. Okay. So it is unfortunate that ama tete ya riwela, ama paini yonse ya riuma, ifya lisa ku beach kwa lilambana kabiri. Unfortunately aba nesu ba local authority eba tuchile fail on this aspect tatule basambila because eko tuachitile hand over. If ama pain yuko mina kumukulu lamba lwa mumana, but anyway, sometimes that is what you get when a project is handed over to the people who had no intentions to do that anyway. So but that is on water, that is water under bridge. So that was the first phase. Okay, so the information center you see, the ablution blocks you see along the way, it was part of the preparation of the bigger things to come. Okay, so now we go back to 2020. Okay, now maybe before we go back to 2020, I should also give you a background of the third roads that we have ku beach. Ukufuma pa secondary school, ukupita kwa Kabanga, no kupita okunomba kuli Bangweulu village, ukuisa kumanina palia, no kuyafika kulia ku last. For those who are not aware, ita makimu plan yama township roads tayarimo. If you remember, in 2012, the late President Basata chitile award ama districts yonse mulu wapula province ama township roads. If we to alishuka nchinchila abana MP chitile allocate. By that time abali wa MP Chifita, may so rest in peace, chitile award tupere 22 kilometers. Mwalimu wene nibachaina sivo baishire yamba kubombapo inshangire mu details. Iria road mule muna iyafuma kwa Kabanga, iyapita kwa Kabanga, na iyapita kunomo ku beach uku. Fiaisa kumanina pachita. Na iria ya kulast kuliba katumbi, kuliba tomu kulia. Mukuita tukushani. Nye jesi, ekwe jesi, iliata maki Afrika kulia. Ukufuma pa marila ngoma. Pali batata bachifumbe. Pali no kuambila dual carriageway. Okay? Ili dual carriageway alino kuambila palapene pali bachifumbe. Ukuya pita pali bapi Mwanza, ukupita pali Luamba, ukuya pita pakuya fika paskiuzi, no kukone kukuya kulupiria. Mayanda ku left na ku right, pali no kutoba, pali no kuba dual carriageway. Fitatu akwata dual carriageway afuma pa former bank ya pa police, ukuya ku hospital. Efo nasangire plan waya nchike. Ilio naishire wa China sivo waisa na pasaiti mweba aliko mu 2014, 2015 wayamba kwe milimo. Okay? Ilio naishire wa MP mu 2015 plan nasangire. Okay? Nomba tuwaisa lando kwe wati. Nga tuwapanga duo carriageway ukufuma pa marila ngoma. Ukupita hapa, a lot of structures, a lot of our people will be affected. That's why naisa chita propose ukwebati kutitu wapanga variation. Iimbi one side, ishunguluke kwa ipite kuli mwela. Elo ifibali no kupanga ko pali batata bachifumbe mweba aliko mulebukisha pali ko kutalikana batata bali bebele ati babaseshe pali apa kulila mwelwa yamba night club. Epo ba China sivo bali no kukulira batata bachifumbe ka shopping complex ukubasesha palia because palia yali no kuba ni T we are supposed to have ma traffic lights palia. Nomba mweba aliko mulebukisha kutalikana if yo nomba ba China sivo baishire sula kufeto palianga to alipapangire busaka nga pali bana ma traffic lights batatanga bali bakulire because we saw the plan bali no kubasesha afye kunuma no kubakulira ka shopping complex parapene paside apa kula mwelo ayamba no kuyo kuside, but that is under the bridge. Those are some of the issues we are grappling with. So effort to alandira so imbi road if you to achitire nomba to ayapanga variation na if you pakweba titusuminisha anye ukweba tichachi ine tuipanga ama lane 4 hapa tutwa kwali kantu. I remember it was like one man commando, one voice against the rest. You see, to do the right thing, don't follow the majority. Follow your instinct. Whatever the heart conceives and the mind believes, you can always achieve. You know, kwali kwa fights male monalimu walwako no yuna minister tetuise uchinje efe wabafe MP lelo walisanga plan ifine fikiri, but at the end of the day amaka yako alesa tuachita prevail. Okay? Abantu abengi ba engineer bamona mo sense mufyo nachitire proposal kwe bati iduo courage way. Meanwhile na tuikushe part of it ipite kwa kabanga, part of it iye ku beach hapa tuchite na extend kulia nga twachita extend ni tuwapanga demarcation, because beach ni public good wefe basongo balanda. Okay? Na labwe keshe hapo ku beach bonse bali abakwata ama projects ku beach nchite chita insight according to the law. Okay? According to the law, ukufuma ku water frontage, they are supposed to be ordinarily 50 to 100 meters epa yambira ma structures. Why is it public good? Ku beach takwa okulipira. Mwalimu n'abantu balipanga ku beach, bali ya ku beach ku frontage bala milipirisha no ku milipirisha. By law, I'm not inciting people. I'm just stating what I've always told those investors, including our own, that the frontage is a public good. Okay? It is held in trust by the president on behalf of the people of Zambia, according to the Heritage Act. Tuwalikwete na meeting, tuwabeta once ever invest, ukubloka beach, uklipirisha abantu ku beach. It is against the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia. Teine Ndola ndalifunde. So muku ipifya. Echo twaishireretera uli omusebo uwatama kukuyafita kwa AJC wali nokupitirira nokuya joina na uliwa kukasanse okuya ponena kwa Ndola na ba BBK bali ati ba BSBK bali abakungombo efyali plan ukufuma pa kabanga ukupita kwa chipepo okuya kukasanse fyali nokwisa kumana no yumusebo uwapita ku beach okuya kumanena kuntanshi nokuya ponena pa Ndola. That was a plan, but people are just people. Kuntanshi ba bloka kuli abantu. Okay, so icho twapangire tamaki kupanga demarcation takuli umuntu ufuire alanda at beach yakwe. Now the question you may ask is, why do we see people building beyond the tarmac? Because a demarcation bali aba ku left side ngatore ku beach tebe neba beach. So if you muli area plan ya 3.5 million ilana chilanda mwali plan yakwe bati ba council bali nokuchita no kwakanya ma pieces. Not if I show you the plan, you will be amused of how we have mismanaged the frontage, because the original plan was that firafine tu aputula nomba ba council mu design yabo bali nokubika apa pa ma restaurant, apa pa ma sport, apa pa ifine. Now along the way workers pa council changed. Vena waleta kwa vending, waleta kwa toke na tupele kwa walifa waleta vending. No, but what we see today is not vending. People are now putting permanent structures against what was planned, and then they have ended up starting charging you. Na limona 20 kwacha entry. How can you charge people? How can you charge people on their own property? So whoever decides to invest in the public good, you can't charge anything. It's supposed to be free, because you willingly and knowingly that is public good. Waya pangamo investment. Aturekanya investment. Don't misquote me. What I'm saying, muliomo tuwapisha tamaki. After tuwalua, eventually tuwawina, tuwachita evaluation, tuwaputula, necho tuwaputuilire, nipakweba they are supposed to be MTN, because they are chama. Okay. Ubushiruwa network wamba. Let me just speed up. Hii background ya chirafu haikuwa ibe clear. We needed to have it very clear. Okay? Efo tuwaliri omusebo kuliati tupange demarcation. Ku lakeside chesu bonse. okay Jesu bonze if they in Ndelanda if you have funde so a background twaishire fumisho musebo pamali alongoma wiba duo college we tufumye ku secondary school tupishoku tupishena kuli mwela because icho twapishishe kuli mwela kwali 30 million project ngana pusha ku beach na license te connect kuli mwela so pakati mwaishi bat fionse fyali muli that integrated tourism development plan as we see them unfold going forward. So musebo uli atwa kwata ku beach ni variation kufuma palilampa malilangoma twatwala kona kulia. Number, let's go back to 2020. You remember the President Walungu came to a chair na groundbreaking. Okay? So, number, groundbreaking area, twalino kwamba project mu 2020 because the Workers' Compensation Control Board wali kwetenda lama. Number, ichintu fye chikalamba chimwe chalengera ti project itampwa mu 2020 because muleibukisha kwali back and forth. Number one, va council to achieve if we were local, va council na va MP, na ma councillors and some stakeholders. Our proposal on the table was that if you realize equity yesu ni land, to alabika po land, elo council ikalesendako a certain percentage to ala chita agree from the returns nga bakula fili fintu. Tuatarika na ko engagement back and forth, engagement back and forth. Twaisa sangati ilia kwewati equity ni landi ya filikwa wa Workers' Compensation Control Board and the government by then insisted that since bonse to your government na tuwaperefie wa Workers' Compensation that land so that wakatuche develop. Then we said we can't lose everything. Vakanzo teti tupere vionze ili land yonse ni 6 acres ili. Teti tupere for free. Okay, bebere okay. Ngabaisa akula, then kukalaba commission wakala tupela. Au commission na wea filikwa. Then eventually tuwaisa achitagiri at okay. Workers' Compensation Control Board land yonse tuwami pera nomba. In compensation, mwala tukulila moloji. Ilia lodge mwa mwana bakula Sand and Beach Lodge. 20 room capacity. Ili ya mwene nomba, wa council wamba no kulashitira mwefipe because wa Ministry of Local Government wali tupela kwa 1 million. Na yo yako kola, ya puire mu 2022 by 2022 nishi. 2021-2022 nishi ya lipua kale. Ili wa Ministry nomba, wa tupele kwa 1 million. Ifi mwamona, wa council wamba kuchitafani. So, ili ya ni exchange na ili ya land. Mwewa aliko mulebukisha, kwa liaba lefu kuleta motutuma politics tuwa Samfya otu wabulo uyo ba honorable nama councillors wakolekesha washitisha beach yonse na washitisha te kushitisha beach tu alikwete echimonwa so tuwabula ilia yonse nchende ya wa council kulioko bachitire fence Workers' Compensation Control Board tuwabapela chonse chilia elo batukulira mo ilia lodge ili pamulu in exchange. A background palifili efi abaku ili amule mona lodge efi obakulire moke twasenda land yonse lelo twamikulira mwechi kali akaba panuma ya pamulu ya conference center elo ka conference center kali anokeko mumona ka council ka Panburgs twakulire na CDF okay efi ya nanda tifwe CDF lilia abanesu balanda tikalifie ka nono twalibombere mona ilia ine mule mona ni CDF and a bit of equalization fund karaka conference room kaba pa Pantansh ku beach fionse fiali muri within ilia plan in the land po Bangweulu tourism integrated development plan ya ku beach to improve the beach okay if you waweka mainuzo wali tukulila nomba icho twako kwereri okwisula chinshi ili obuteko bwa chinjishe mu 2021 the Workers' Compensation Control Board, most of the staff, watching a number of people lose their jobs, whether through they is deserved to go or not. It's not for me to say each government pushing their agenda. Whether they are competent or not, that is debatable. So, mu 2021, vatwe vati imwe va council iri twachita re-evaluate chipya mutupele land. It is only 6 million, but we have spent 30 million in that hotel, in that lodge. So if you tukachita tukabuku running of revenue workers compensation control board ngati wawesha ndalama shesu ero tukesa mipera. I don't know how many years it could have taken. So if you mwena kwale banomboku kansana ba council kwabuku ya kundola bali ababwela. So from the time that project from 2021, if you chirie chintu tachaisukila kukankana iyo twalasenda tukagweshendera matamu asende mwalasenda if you onse yashiri am background iliyo tamungeshwe. But at one point it is really important that you people know what your leaders are going through, what the council has been going through over that same structure until this year, when we agreed according to the memorandum of understanding which we signed. The agreement was that before mutamulambo kukule fienu mutukulire mwechesu mukatupere. No, but you can imagine ngatatwasa ine close yakwe bati tukulire ni cha council would have lost with the change of government, okay, because of what we have gone through. So but then there was a clause iyo kwali yukubikamu mukamba fyo kukule chenu nga mwatukulira kalya kantu kalya eko bali no kutupoka nako mpaka kwabo kukosapo iri nomba na afifwa ba council na bamba no kuchita furnish very soon it will be open to the public. 2020 groundbreaking was done. 2021 PF lost elections and that program was put on hold. For you who have been following ku parliament yonsenda landapo nalilanda pofi kundolanda yako nalilanda pofi nokula kumana chiranshita nomba thank God ili ashiririfi, okay, ili ashiririfi. That's why I posted yonse alia ama debates ya parliament kwa watu mwakonko kwa watu ili ashitali apwa liambile mu 2017 ku expo, okay, groundbreaking yachitika ubuteko bwachinja mu 2021 kwabako back and forth, but eventually despite what we have gone through, now what is important is what is on the table now. I was in Ndola not too long ago to get an update, and they also went to show here aliko kurusaka abanesu bali kwete table bachitirepo exhibit to get more information. So what I'm giving you, it's not my own word, is the update from the developer, who is Workers Compensation Control Board. Now bafwaya investor partner wabo, they are partnering with a Chinese company, okay. Everything now is ready to come and start. Number one, the convention center. The scope may change a bit. Initially at 3,000 capacity. We hope it will maintain the 3,000 capacity. Number two, a 3-star hotel. Number three, a shopping mall. Now, this International Convention Center and the hotel and the shopping mall, if they build today, the clientele, the population in Samfya, maybe in Rwapula, will not be adequate to satisfy the demand. Okay? So now the partner, the investor, has added 2 components to the project to bring more people. Okay? They have added a airstrip. Okay? It's an international conference center. It's not local. To get people into Samfya, the developer is saying we need a direct flight. Of course, we have a flight up to Mansa, then people coming into Samfya, but what they have planned is just to do a airstrip, a runway. So this runway or airstrip or airport as it were nikuisa yaba n'okukulwa bachifuka soma Bangweulu bali tupela impanga kwa charwe kalima kulioko bakanso bamba okupela amaploti nishi bakanso bambira okupela amaploti because in fact even before the developer came Zaf, when General Chimese was the Zaf commander bali isa bapima elo yali no kwamba elo no baisa sangati they needed at least a 3 kilometers runway. It is 700 meters batupere. Nipa no fe vyap na ifika mumenchi kwa charwe kalima. So olo tuwalanda ati kanshi iploti yapo watu wewa ati yachepa na tuwekereba kanso. Efo tuwarekereba kanso. Efiri ya mumwene wale pera mama plots. Elo nomba tuwa ya uku. Kwafuta kwa kawanga between wakalasa wakasoma Bangweulu na bamibenge. Eko kwa likufuaya land. At the two chiefs who agree. Okay? But what we have done, we also have an alternative land. Pamusaba, wakaunsova walikuwa tempanga 400 and plus acres. Aponga ni hectares. Ngatafibombeli yoku, council has offered their land 15 kilometers from the Boma, Pepi. So, our consultant, we were talking today, wakesa muko mwanawe ni ati precipitation, if you mwela wenda, if you kuchitanga kutia bomba, and so on and so. So, we have 2 sites. Kumunimbwe na Pamusaba. So, ema 2 options, ama sites, apakawela runway direct into Samfya. Chimbi icho investor alundako ni solar plant. Pantunga muleibukisha mu 2017 kwali project ya kufumia malaiti kwa pensulo kupita mututa. The main Rwapura province substation was supposed to be in Samfya if to pushing alionse. Ama light aisa kusamfya ya lishunguluko kufuma pa pensulo ya kukasama ya pia lishunguluko kuisa kuncherenge ukukisa shunguluka kwa kaputa ukuisa kukawambu ukuisa kumwense kumansa kusa tuwaba pamuchila wa national grid. So kwa li ya project iya ya mbile mu 2018 ya kupisha light pa pensulo. But you remember mu 2021 this project was also cancelled. Atibala apisha kulwano yaye mukongo elo yese kuchembe. Yaba honorable Kapalabali kulia ku ministry. But I'm told when I inquired that we are back. Okay? We are back from Pensulo. That project is being resuscitated. Ama light yakapita ku Pensulo. So, in case tafichitik, developer tarifua ama chances, ala ichitira develop umuine solar plant 100 megawatts. Number 100 megawatts can't be consumed by Rwapula alone. So, na landa pafin to 5. Nde mipela information wa ile mpela. Unomuaka tufile tu ayama project. Convention center, 3-star hotel, a shopping mall, airport, na solar plant. Each number 6, the developer is considering. It's not everyone who may land into Samfya. Other people may prefer to come by road. So they are now also doing feasibility studies, considering doing the Kapalala Sakanya road. Ukupita kumirenge, ukuya kukapalala kusakanya. It is also on the case. So we are now talking about expanded scope of 6 in 1. Okay? Maybe it was delay in disguise. Instead of having 52 to a quarter 6. If your program ikala unfold. Some of you are asking ama questions. Nidisa project ikatampa. The information I've been given is this. Project yalino kwamba as early as August. But why has the project delayed? There are 2 factors that has delayed the project. Number 1, the Zema certificate, mwalishi bakula bazema ni kumumana kulia, kula babaisa bapima bazema bamipera certificate ngata kwa pollution kumenshi and so on and so forth. The certificate that was given in 2020 expired this year in July. So the consultant has reapplied. Bazema came to inspect. In the next few weeks, we are going to have a certificate here kubachita go ahead. Because Muliani National Heritage is closer to the people's good. Okay? To the lake. So once we get the Zema certificate, we'll hit the ground running. What is another factor that has delayed the project? We are talking about a partner, government institution, Workers' Compensation Control Board, and another institution from China. So they are supposed to be a memorandum of understanding cleared by the Attorney General Chambers, being a government project on the other side. So when the proposal was submitted, the Attorney General Chambers has made comments. So those are the comments the legal team for Workers' Compensation Control Board are working on. So we are 100% sure that when everything done without delayment, by September, everything will have been cleared. Two things, Zema certificate and approval of the Memorandum of Understanding by the Attorney General Chambers. Once that is done, the consultant has even not, from 2020 the consultant living here in Samfya, ensuring that things are on course. So this is the update we wanted to give you about the Convention Center. That those are the details I was given when I visited Ndola not too long ago. Those are some of the pictures I posted to show that interaction that we had. So about 100 megawatts. Yes. Okay. That is an update. Now, this beach project, since I was saying integrated, what do we have in this package? The Ministry of Tourism this year, in order to continue to promote tourism in this region, we are going to have a national cultural festival in Samfya. You know, as an MP, I've been promoting Ndola na Kalela every year. Last year, we had that festival in Kapata. This year, we'll decide where we are going to have it. But the ministry has come on board that together with the local authority, Nabonsefema local partners, we are going to have a big cultural festival in Samfya. Now, why are we doing cultural? Because we also want to do a cultural village. That is the project the Ministry of Tourism Valechita. So when I'm going back on Friday to consider the budget, that is one of the things I'm going to push in the tourism sector, that in the 2026 budget, Kanani kane luchelenganga cultural village kuriba Chief Kasoma Bangweulu is considered. So it is part of the package, the cultural village. So ekukala vela kalela throughout. Eku abantu bakalashishatu tene mbalala chikanda fyonse. This is traditional food stuff. Amatanda, ama basket, inongo. So that will be a market that side. Okay? That is one component. What is another component? Another component is a fish market. Vakausa na baba that within the tourism complex, valachitako fish market. Every amwa monabali ambo kupanga shed. Kuli moela kwa libano kubana toilet and so on and so forth. Na vina wa council na basenda ko olubali. Va Minister of Transport na boba lisenda ko olubali. If you go to the harbor today, you discover that there was a 30 million injected. Initially it was given to the Chinese, called a Kanjao, walino kupanga landing jetties, slipway, renovate everything. No kuya panga na kuchishi, kuya panga na kuchirubi. ukuyapanga na pamba vala, but ifwe now we pushed for our own money as part of Samfya. We got our share of 30 million from the Ministry of Transport. Area mumwene now that 30 million, there are 3 slots. Our area restaurant, nama rooms. If you go today, I went there today before this interaction just to get an update. I took some shots. Ngatwaisa muchimana what development we have done. We'll post it under Chimana. The rooms are done, renovated, looking very gorgeous, very nice. The restaurant is done, the sleepway is done, the landing jet is almost done. And I remember on the Bangweulu Development Forum, ya WhatsApp, yo, naba pangecha bendama awe, tacha bendama. Niba engineer kukonkana, kukonkama levels ya pali yapeni hapo. Hapo amenshinga ya ima. Gaya werira. So, chidamule munati chintu cha bendama kulingana na engineer. After mwaleta yama consents to wayako tuwabi pushabebe yao. Waona napita kwa wako kuchipanga straight nangu mwapa tuta road mwalolesha hapa tuta bridge. Kukonka ama levels ya pali yapo chilea. So that amenshinga ya imabi neka tushinga kubalansa kakochitashani. I will not go into details to avoid to mislead you, but vanje veda filefa mule muna chintu cha bendama ni design teku bendama yo. They are within the scope of work. Mweba likom chitika. Mwansanganisha nderi anakatute. So, okay, tuachiraisho kuchinja kwa network watuerereko. So, that is the update I wanted to give you. Yeah, Kubich. Everything put together. Then the Ministry of Tourism also, they are thinking of making an aquarium. Aquarium ni museum yesabi. So, wakaisa panga samu ya muliamu ni complex wakabikemu isabi tunturu. Kuno kubangweulu muri mimena tuwa kuata 8, ututumana sonte tuwa kuata kangwena, kampolombo, chifunabuli, Bangweulu, sune na tonso tuwa shala. Tuwa kuate mimana 8. So, tuwa kuata 100+ species of fish. Fimo yari yamba no kuba depleted. Imanse, ifya pusana. So, iyo plani, nga mulefu, nga mwana Bangweulu Integrated Development Plan, pali page, hapo mwana immediate investment. Maybe for the purposes of sharing, we can just share that component of tourism for you people to appreciate and to understand. And also to keep on sending ideas, because it is not the program in casting in concrete. Abantu abengi on a daily basis ndatotela bala honorable muchiteshi honorable hapa efilefu aikwa, because I'm just a driver. I can't be the conductor, the driver, servicing everything. The vehicle has components, a lot of things, steering, amataira, filter, once together, then we can make the vehicle move. So this is part of the package for the tourism in that beach. So everything, the genesis, the declaration by Vasata in 2011. Fiaisa are more culminated into an expo. So what we are going to see going forward, if you say Mafroots expo, if you put in our integrated development plan. So now I'll go to some of the questions that have been sent, starting with Semukila Kostachkon. The greetings regarding your reference to the commencement of work this year. Could you kindly clarify which specific month this refers to? Is it October, November, or December? This one I've clarified. The project should have started in August, but we have 2 adults that have explained. The memorandum of understanding in the Attorney General's chambers and the renewal of Zema certificate. Once that is done, when the feedback is given, we'll share when the commencement will be done. Karisto Sumbukeni. Regarding Ndola Kasanka road project, it pass through Ninge, Mano, via Samfya Business Center. Okay, so hii road ikesa apone na Kasanka ukufuma kumilenge ikajoine Mututa road. Okay, and then under the World Bank connectivity rural roads ukufuma pamano ukwisafika palondwe, that 5 years project, we've done a beautiful all-weather gravel road. So now the responsibility for you and me is to continue to lobby investors so that instead of uyomsebe parapene palondo kashunguruke ukisa kwa msaila, we are also trying to engage other people who can now upgrade this to bitumen standards. But as we have today, Mano, Ninge, Mabukunda, Londwe Road is a perfect road. Pakansu wapaliana kulia kwa Londwe, bridges properly done. Mwebale fumako kwa njipi, kukapata mwebale ya ukukusaidi, you don't need to come to Samfya kwa msaila. Just koneka panani pali apene pamano. We've even if you go to Ninge today, we've even paved Ninge nicely, and the next month I will be donating some street solar lights. We'll share the pictures once we do. It is paved nicely. Kuninge kwa liba paved almost 500 meters to a kilometer. So once we put street lights, we'll share with you people. We'll do a live from Uninge when we'll be launching solar street lights. So that stretch we are done, but we'll continue to engage. So as I always said, once we are ambassadors for Samfya. Ngakuliko munga konkonsha, you don't have to wait for the MP. You are ambassadors. You don't need permission from anyone. Okay? We don't need permission from anyone. At your own, you are also a representative. You are the MP, you are the councillor, you are everything. So together, let us lobby. On the Samfya Convention Center project, what is that? Okay, this one I've answered from Karisto Sumbukeni, Napamusebona Asuka. Then Basumbukeni Kuninge Kumanuto Alipanga Kalichimusewe Chisuma sana. And business is booming in that area. Comrade Jupiter Chalwe, good evening, Honorable. I just want to submit a request. I've been engaging village aid persons for Capital and Sukwamponda, WDC for Chimana. Okay, I read this later. Our colleague is asking for having the possibility of having a school and a health post between Makasa and Kawanga, Chilumba. Maybe with your push, that idea can be actualized. Thank you. Of course, what we have done for now, our pakatakwa, Pachilumba, Sukwamponda, na kwa Kawanga for now, since resources are minimal, we have put a health facility, Pachundwe, pa junction ya secondary school, as a center. Paliaba lipasaidi paliapambi, kuya pali Makasa. Then yaba road, aba nesu ku Mansa Central, wali bikapo mini hospital kwa msaila kusaidi kulia. So, hii complex, within a radius of 2 kilometers, we are covered by 3 health facilities. The mini hospital at Musaila, the health post, the clinic at Makasa and Chundwe for now to cover this area. But going forward, as you've suggested, we'll look at possibility of expanding, because I walked that day. Kukinekwa Sukwamponda, uiside nga mwafuma pa secondary school. The right side ukuyafika pali Makasa. Ama plot ukuya kuefara ye kulioko babike tanki. Ukuya ponena fena kulia kumunimbwe. abantu n'abafulana bakita expand nali pitamo na councillor the other day because bali twe bati monso moto wachitire mark okupisha ama township roads abantu n'ababloka so moto waire mukubeba ati mweba kuliri hapa sesheni twalatoba mweba chitire efi because twalapanga ama roads in that area kuya chita connect konse so the population has grown. There is need of a school, and also there is also need for the office facility. This is a good suggestion. Okay, but for now, for that place, Masukwa Mponda, we've submitted to the Ministry of Water and Sanitation because each MP last month was asked to submit 2 areas where to do Mamin hospitals. So instead, they have submitted 3 areas. Na chita submit Mulisha, na chita submit Kusukwa Mponda, elo na ku endalabeshina this place ngana ibukishana lalanda pakuya kumpanta ishinali aya apa pakuya kumpanta papa when the name comes I will say it. So those are the 3 sites I've submitted because government has said each MP this year will be given 3 mini hospitals, mini water schemes through Palukankala, yes, Lukankala. The Lufianya Lukankala na Munkwanga, so Palukankala. So I've submitted 3, Lukankala, Sukwa Mponda, Elio na Mulisha. Abe ni bakaya salapo yabiri. So I've submitted 3, but priority ni Kulukankala. Okay? Then between Sukwa Mponda and Mulisha will give it to 1 area. Okay. Kennedy Kabwe Alpha in the fisheries and aquaculture investment. For those who are not aware, Samfya is the host to the provincial fisheries complex. Okay. Tulekula aquaculture park Pachinweshiva. Training, everything. I will come and update you on its own, but since bakabwe baipusha kuchinweshibanga mwapitako mwebali musamfya, or when we are dealing with Mano, we'll update you, we'll give you all the pictures and the video, so that we have you appreciate that the fisheries headquarters for Wapula is also fortunately going to be in Samfya. You have a training school. We'll be making feed, we'll be making fingerlings, demonstration for ponds, making fish cages, and we are almost done with the housing units, the offices, fish ponds Karitwapanga, and so on and so forth. So Vakawe, what I will do on your behalf, when I get to Lusaka tomorrow, because Parliament opens on Friday, I'll go Kuchilanga and get the update and we'll get back to you. But Chama, we hope it is not campaign because the government we have wafya weka. Anyway, let us not, I pray so. Kutali tuafumane hii project. Kutali tuafumane hii project. My interaction with the Minister of Labor, the Minister of Tourism, na ba consultant, kwena honestly speaking, ishimwene mwama politics. Mbwene mofye, they resolve to ensure that this project takes off. Okay? Loveness Mwanzi, when will that be? Because we are remaining. Of course, this project is not attached to 2026 elections, I must state. Ilio twachitile ground breaking in 2020, we never attached it to any elections. It was unfortunate, it was delayed, but as I said, the derailment has changed the scope. We just pray, all of us, that this project has no attachment to any political party, no attachment to anything. This project is attached to the people of Bangweulu. Please let us remove politics. I've seen posts now going around, to attach you. Let us just thank all of us who have been patient, all of us who have been praying, all of us who have been pushing, At the end of the day, it is our God-given gift. Okay? Whatever money will come through, the partner will put money. The money from the Workers' Compensation Control Board is the government, is the public money. So, politics aside, this is our project, all of us. We lobbied for it a long time ago, and it has come to pass. That's why I want to thank all of you who have been patient, who have been following and the Mobonseva Thomas. It is normal because you see, if you're under you go to an area. When we told abakumano na kuninge na kwasakala ati tukesa pango museboyo honorable bufilimbi kunuma abantu balebepwa. It is just normal for people to doubt because probably we politicians, we've been been committed to the promises that we make, okay? But ours, we have no reason. These are the projects that will outlive all of us, okay? So credit to all of us. We've been patient. You've been supporting me. We've been praying about it. So let us just pray to God that this time around, it will come to pass. We will see things begin to happen. Okay? My concern is power. The solar power plants generate more power to cater for all of us. Of course, now we have open access to electricity. During PF reign, the ZESCO Electricity Act was amended. In the past, it was only the ZESCO to generate distribute electricity. Now, any private company can generate, transmit, and distribute. So this power will go into a nation. Yeah, commercial break here too. Levi mwewa. Iliri ashiria kuchinsanka. Mwachumfwa filefe wa aswike wa minister, but I don't want to be negative anymore. Regardless of whatever government is in power, my role is to go there and lobby for resources. No excuse. Whether MP from a ruling party or MP from the opposition, minister or backbencher. In fact, for us, Samfya, despite your MP being a backbencher for the past 10 years, for those who have traveled, we've done extremely well. Me, I've traveled during parliamentary committees. I've gone around this country. Mwe wantu wakwalesa. Ukupitira muli imwe. Na tuesha. Samfya na tuchitako transform. Na tuesha. Though, not at the rate we all of us expecting, but there is always a starting point. So where are we? Ukufuma pa market ya papa mwense, ukufika pa Bulongwa. Tualivika mo gravel. Tuachitana compact. Okay, so mwe bantu bakwalesa kumaka yakwalesa tuwafika ko pa Bulongwa nomba grade mwalishi baba ngire fenso yakulache maba driver pantu wala tupunkira abantu so kanshi ba Levi tuwafika ko pa Bulongwa mwe so naturala ndanati tuwafika ko pa Bulongwa. Then hapa question, kudos for the precise explanation of the meal allowance, and okay, that was cleared. Then I'm looking at my younger brother, Derek Mbepa, my young man. You mentioned about Samfya more. Where will it be located, and who will be in charge of the shops when someone wants to rent it? Okay, those details will come when we reach there. But iliayonso kwambira palapali camp yaba China Civil. Na pakaunso ponse pali yani 6 acres no kuya pone na kudown kulia kutamaki kwa Chirum kwa Kabanga site. Area ipale vera convention center, shopping mall na hotel na palapa waka guest house ka kaunso ka ba tonse pali. So wakaunso wala shala kufena ka conference hall na kali yake neka ka lodge ka 20 rooms kali chonse chukuya pweka na pali kupita kwa pali wapule kuya pone na kuloko wale kula filling station chonse chidachi echo ku epali ya inefi. What is the plan for the road from Rupiri via Mwense to Chalwe Kalima? Again, what is the plan for Kawanga to make bus station? Okay, a bus station to our council wali to discuss. Kulia kuma polite kulia kuli substation. Okay, so probably when I get more information from the council, I will explain to you. But kwa Kabanga kumwense kwa Chalwe Kalima ama roads yonse to ngani kumwense kweneko to abalide to alipishamu Chalwe Kalima area yonse area na to grade ako nomba imisebonga mwa grade data mubikire mo gravel infulanga yamba, so ni continuous maintenance. But what is good now, we have our own equipment except the Bowser, everything else not kwata, so tukalachi tafwebe na periodical maintenance. Okay, then update us on Kasanka Main Hospital. Kasanka Main Hospital, the groundbreaking was done, okay, by the former Minister of Health. So now, at the time of implementation, there was a confusion between Kasanka and Chisunka. Okay? Kasanka and Chisunka. So the main hospital that should have been done in Kasanka, I was told it was a genuine mistake. There was a mistake. But that program has not ended. We are still pushing. Okay? But for the advantage Kukapata, Wafrain Doctor, they are back on the market. They are now the ones who are running Mwansabombwe District Hospital. Kapata East 1, Nafuaka East 8, they are back on cards. All those airstrips, renovations, and everything will start. So to support Kapata, I'm trying to mobilize an ambulance. Okay? For that area. I'm trying to organize another one for Kapata. So all resources going forward, we have started mobilizing for Kapata East 1 and for Kasanka, since that land is still there. What we decided to do was to put a modern maternity pa Kasanka equate na OPD to improve, because the population has grown. So we have done something ku Kasanka in compensation of the main hospital, but yadama main hospital ta ayo tabalachita yachiripa government program. Okay? Samuel Kataya, what is the plan for rural from Rupiri to... Okay, this one I've covered. Okay, TikTok, we've heard. We also start interacting with people on TikTok and YouTube so that we cover all of you. He understands. Oh, Valelandati, Musaba is better than Kawanga for the airport. I agree. For the purposes of opening up. Once we do the airstrip that side, in Musaba area, we've opened up. Okay? What else have I not covered? But director, is there anything I've left? Okay, they are suggesting that in the Chita Connect na local radio. Okay. I think we've covered most of your concerns. I think so. We've covered most of your concerns, and now it's 19 hours. It has been 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, since Takuri Yame Pusho Yambi, now let's conclude in the last. In Musaba ward, people are of the road network too much. That's yes, they agree. Na chibano kuya kumusaba lero. Nomba tuachia kumansa mkufuaya water bowser. Na kamufufu na chirondolola. Monsomo tualipitile tualibebele abantu beso ati mutuelele ko bowser tatukwete. So we went to Mansa to look for the bowser. I should have a meeting to explain to our people in Musaba in Kalasa Mkoso today. But we are engaging in Wapula water kwete bowser. The council chairman, Mr. Kapirira, who ran with it. Pantuine, as you know, I'll be going to Parliament tomorrow. We are opening on Friday for a session here year budget. So ulukungu kwa kalasa, we understand, and we are very, very sorry mwebantu bakwalesa mutwerereko. We know kulififine, kulififuwa, and that was not our plan. Our plan was to make sure that we do that road as soon as quickly, but kaskauveta le loka ya mukuimba gravel. If you to decide kwa kalasa kwena mkwai for compensation to alawika gravel, so excavator na iya mukuimba gravel para. So now we are just pushing for the Bowser kuliba luapula water and sanitation. So what about okay bulongwa twinka mpurombo all that. So what, like I said last time, ama councillors na bachirasa bumitishira muntu musebo umo uwo twala abombapo nififi nefe twali diredi pakati hapa, and we've not received the 7 million for projects for this year. Kuti mwamonati twacherwa fe twali no kuchitemisebo na yama projects ya this year. Okay, ba contractor twali bapera ma sites ba local authority na for kulupia lumbi. We applied for 7 million yesu yama projects for 2025. So bear with us, government has not given us yet. That's why it was not right for the minister that day, Baba Engineer Musonda Balela, that no, some MPs are busy sabotaging projects. For Ifweku Samfya, we requested for 7 million for 2025 CDF up to today. Last week I was in Lusaka pushing, chasing for the same money. So if you nemwamwe na nemisebo yonsei, because mu 2023, mu 2025 CDF mwali wa 3.5 million iya fuel iya misebo. So if you ndefo kulanda chita kanselari chita submiti misebo. Okay? So ukumiafuirisha akofye. Aba kukapata. Aba kukapata ture chita chipwashinga road. Chipwashinga road kufuma pabulongwa. Ukuya kukampolombo kupita kutwingi. That one we had for 2025. Tatuapoka kwa wanu ngoi ama projects. I thought you must know. So that tamuchitile accuse wa MP wenu, CDF mule chita shine. For this year tabala tupera mkwai. So, tule chita Shipwashinga road. From Bulongwa, Kampolombo to... Yes, true. There is a Bowser at Mirenge Town Council. Eko to abalire no kuya. Ba Mirenge batwebele ati bale pango musebo wa kuya kukatangashi. Ukufuma pa munguruwe. Ati equipment yabo ili busy nabo. Okay? But those were the first we approached for use of the Bowser. So now, imwe wakulu mamia, umusebo wa kansela wachitili submit, kufuma pafu akapa clinic. No, kuyafika pa bridge pa Manokola, iria ine road. Okay? Aba kwanjipi, kufuma pa Kalungu, pakatansha pa Kalungu, kushunguruka Kalungu, kuisa shungurukira kuchikunyu, no kuisa apone noku. Vachimana, ni yonse misebo kwa Chirumba, kwa Kabanga, kwa mwe wachono, all those roads. Muno Samfya mwali mwene tuwaliambile kwa Banda, uyu wafuma pa mianduku ya ponena pa Chilaiti, iya Mululo. So immediately we get the Bowser, and we get the 3.5 million yesu yama roads this year for fuel. We are praying before rain season we can get that money. That will be part of my engagement when I go tomorrow. On Thursday, I will have a lot of running up and down to go to ministries to follow up. So now, today, I'm also concluding with Chimana Ward. Not up until 2021. Chimana Ward was from Nkungu to Mukula. Pamukula pamwense pakamana. In 2021, tualisa kwata kotuapelu ako 1 ward more. If you feel kwat, because every 5 years, the limitation yama wards hila bako pantu yena ni council niba minister bako local government the constitution. So they give you 15% of what you have. So the 15% of 10 we are likely to have 2 wards this year. Okay? So Chimana ward aliko. Chimana yali ni Nkungu Makasa, Nkungu, Mulisha, Makasa, Kabanga, Katakwa, Chilumba, Chilemu, Malombola, Nshindano, Joseph Lulembo, Mwamfuli, kwa Mumba, kuli mwela kulia kwa Malandu, pakatanda kaba tuwapala pali mwela, no kuya urupiri lonse, prisons chivolia, mpaka na paka manaka kuya kumwense, efya lichimana ward. Mu 2021 we were given an extra word to make 10 from 9. So chimana word nomba ya shala kuchimana. Chimana akamana ni pakona ba, mwewa ishwe pakona ba. Akakamana kapita pakona ba, kaya pita na paka liafe pa bridge paloko ya pone na Bangweulu kali akamana kachimana. Kaleta menshi mu Bangweulu. Kwa afumination na chimana. So pachidalo pakona ba pa. Na paka liafe palia. Pabari ya nomba ya council before filling station no kuya pone na Bangweulu. So beach yonse, Chilemu yonse, Chilumba, Kabanga, Moya Chomo, Kapitolo, Makasa, Mulisha, Nkungu, chimana wadi ya nomba. Akamana boundary, chimana wadi. Ukufuma pakona ba pakakamaka chimana wadi. Ukuya afika pamukula papakuya kumwense lupiri muwadi mweba muma yadi mutaoni imwe nomba yuwa in between you tumana tubiri new word code lupiri. So last week tuwale dealing na chimana from Nkungu to Kona Ba beach yonse ni muchimana. Okay, uko bahala ni tamachita posti picture ya kansela mwachita posti. Okay, iria mwachimona eva kansela bentu akola chitalira ture chita conclude tuwabika pona na picture ya councillors pakwe bati yoso bahala ni eva kansela kuchimana ward. So ward ye number development bamubachilala ndati nalabo keshapo ba MP nishitamulandi lati ni CDF mfweni ukufuma pali Nkungu kufika pakona ba. Everything you see, everything we have posted this week, we did when CDF was 1.6 between 2016 and 2021. So bachimana tuali badiringa bwangu bonse tu abasova. Nkungu, there is water litigation. There is a school we found. We added a clinic. That clinic mumwene ya Pankungu. You remember during Yavasata. Kwa aliyama youth facility ya 650. Nsha aliko mu 2014. Ulo Bangweulu babachitire allocate 6 health facilities out of 156. Iliyo na ishire isa mu 2015. I don't know what was happening. I don't want to politic. Nasangire 0 out of the 8. When I went to check, Nasangire out of the 8, 6 yali yakumbi. I had to go and salvage only 2. Twayapanga kobu kakashi. Bachifita mwabapele 8. Apa wale luala konapo batushirire along the way. Mule kuti mwanje bashani atiku yali ya munchende mumbi. I know where those facilities went, but I don't want to fight with my colleagues. I can only talk about those 2 who salvaged. Elo nomba na senda kwa yabiri. Kwa linoko ba imo kuyongolo, kumusenga wampeshi, kumukulo, na kumbi. Na balia ba EHT, abo tutre na ukula running ama youth post, tuwaliba tumine na kundola, tuwaba tumatoa basambirisha. So, balibwela bamo, ingila fie muma facilities yambi. So, yabiri, tuwaso mpwere ko tu kainge bachifita mama na bale luala, lualirire. By the time I became MP, kusanga pofe yabiri tualetere pali Nkungu imbi apapachinuwe shiba. So kwa liumo na mfira lela ndati no wakasandwe ni bamwenda mwalimwa ayama clinic ni 650 awe basa. The only clinics we managed to salvage from 650 yabirifie Nkungu na chinuwe shiba. So we have that facility. So pali Nkungu we have a school. Because of the new curriculum, it's now a secondary school. We have water rectification and we have a health facility. Pali Makasa, we have a health facility which we did in a CDF. Water aid device at Pangira for ablution block. Vatubikira pona menshi. Vatubikira pona maternity wing. We have a school because if Pali Makasa Pali Mulisha Pena to Alikwete plan to expand Mulisha to a secondary school, that's why I donated a 1x2. They needed 2 extra classroom space. So I went there. Now community flafine tuchitabata mama bricks elo na tuakula a 1x2. So that was our plan. So at Mulisha we have a secondary school through a new curriculum, though that was a plan to have a grade 10. Now we have a form 1. By last Ifwe, that was our plan already. That's why we kilepo that extra block. And we are planning now to do flashable toilets. When we come Pali Makasa, Pamarekasa, we have a health facility. That health facility is built by your MP with the community. Pali Makasa Pene, Pali 1x3 day API is our MP and the community. And then we also have a 1x4 classroom block through disaster. The money which was abused, and it's now under anti-corruption. So it's under investigation. Immediately, the PF government by then released 247,000 kwacha. And that was enough by that time to do a by 1x4, but partially concrete. Then at Chundu, we have a health facility. At Chirumba, we also did a CDF currently, a 1x3. At Kabanga, we are doing a CDF currently, a 1x3. So all the zones in Chimana except Chesemba. Na tukwataka new zone recognized by government called Chesemba. Chesemba ni uli omusebo wa ingirira mweba pitako kuchinweshiwa ukwisa apone na mututa. That's where we are planning to do a 1x3. Abana besa baya kunkungu no kwisa pali Mulisha. Now it is an established settlement for the government. So we are going to put a 1x3 classroom for 2026 CDF. So we are wrapping up with Chimana, and through the able counselor, we've done extremely well. We have a number of young people, more than 100, who are in skills training. Some are universities. So if you answer to the land up, and one other thing that I should mention, that Bangweulu Constituency has done extremely well when it comes to bursaries and scholarships. I repeat, we are doing extremely well. We have our own young people in Europe, in Asia, studying through the Ministry of Higher Education, through the bursaries and the loans. And even locally, we have quite a number of them at Tivoli Non-College, at Kapasa Makasa, University of Zambia, those who are doing mining, those who are engineers, those who are doctors, a lot of them. If you remember 2 years ago, I posted on my Facebook because I had a deliberate program to go and visit all the students, all the learners that come from Samfya in all the universities in Zambia and the colleges, just to appreciate, to know them, and also to get their challenges and so on and so forth. Kennedy was saying, I want to thank you, Honorable, for taking the time to highlight us, so on and so forth. Okay, Susan, I can see, Honorable, you are a man of action. Okay, all of us, all these praises should go to all of us, Samfyans, because through you I got this mandate. So we are done with Chimana. We'll let you know the next word will start next week. Probably Lupiri, since is the central, is next to Chimana, so that we also highlight the projects that we've done in Lupiri ward. So CDF, partners, central government, all these are sources of money that when we put our heads together and our resources, we will see and achieve the Samfya that we deserve, the Samfya we want to see. So my colleagues, thank you so much for your time, and we pray together that this project I have been updating you on. These projects I've updating you on come to fruition. May God to continue. May the good Lord continue to bless you. Nami Papa, Nami Totela. I don't take your support, your following for granted. You make our life easier if you are giving us support by joining us in this manner. So, Mwebantu bakwalesa, lesa mpale. See you next week through the posting for Lupiri